Hi, my name is JC Sum and I'm the creator and designer of the Pro Magic Kabuki Drop system. This is a low-cost, flexible and extremely lightweight theatrical cloth drop system. In fact, a single 24-foot cloth drop system without the pull rope fits into this small case right over here. I've always been fascinated by the Kabuki Drop. Ever since 1997, when I first saw it for a corporate event reveal, I was amazed how the cloth remains suspended up and activates and drops upon command, and it's such a pretty image. Maybe I'm weird, but maybe it's because of my background as an illusionist and illusion designer. I've worked with many Kabuki Drop systems since then for shows, productions and events, mainly electronic systems, but there are always some kind of issues. Either the cloth doesn't drop completely, or in worst case scenarios, it doesn't drop at all. And that's because of the electronic system. Now, it could be really the systems that I was working with, and of course, technology has always been improving. But there's always this issue where maybe it's not powered up throughout the line of Kabuki Drops, especially for long systems, so it doesn't activate all the clips. Another thing is the loud buzzing sound that is heard. And this is because of the electricity passing through the system to activate the solenoids. And there's always this loud buzz just before the drop. Now, if you are working a big event or concert where there's music, there's no issue. But for corporate events, especially smaller events like media events or the launch of a boutique or a product, and the audience is really close and you might not have loud, booming, blasting music, that buzzing sound is very apparent and it kind of distracts from that theatrical cloth drop. In 2013, I was designing an original illusion where I needed a self-contained cloth drop system. And I came across, I won't say came across, but I basically developed or invented the basic system for the Pro Magic Kabuki Drop system. And I worked on it for 6 months, designing it, prototyping it, and finally I released the finished product. I can't review the exact design of the Pro Magic Kabuki Drop system here to protect my intellectual property, but basically it's a very lightweight and flexible system that mounts or straps onto a horizontal support bar like a lighting truss or theater lighting bar or fly bar. So the system is attached to the truss and the cloth that you want to drop or the curtain you like to drop is attached to my system. It's activated manually by a pull rope and the entire cloth will drop in unison. Now, the system itself is made from army grade nylon straps and stainless steel components. Everything is custom made. In fact, I even designed and had a tool custom made so that I could make one of these components. The biggest benefit of my Pro Magic Kabuki Drop system is the overall cost will be much lower. It's easily going to cost 1/5 the price of any name brand electronic Kabuki Drop system. And the reason is this. Even though I use the highest quality materials to produce my system, it is a manual drop system. Therefore, it will be cheaper to produce than an electronic system. Another reason you save money is due to shipping costs. Electronic systems are really heavy. And the volumetric weight will also be heavy or big because the systems are big. Especially for larger drops, you're going to need many more units, so it's much heavier, much bigger to ship to you. Mine is a very flexible and manageable system. It's lightweight and it compresses to a very small space. So no matter how big your system is, even when I ship it to you internationally, it's going to be at a low cost. As you saw, the system is extremely small, it packs small, and it's lightweight. This is a great benefit for any performers who travel, whether you're a solo performer or you perform in a group. Basically, you don't have to lug around a big system. You can just pack this small and fit it into your check-in luggage. Now, even if you have a small venue where you have this permanently installed, this doesn't take up much space on your fly bar, which you might want to reserve for lighting systems. Or if you want to dismount the system in the off-season when you aren't using it for your show, it doesn't take up much space in your storeroom. The system is self-contained, it's easy to set up, and even easier to use. Now, once you learn how to set it up, you'll be able to set it up within 15 minutes in a new venue. If you're doing a touring show, once you set it up the first time in the first venue, you can actually dismount the system as a whole. So it's already configured and you can keep it configured until you go to your next venue and you set it up already configured. This is of course assuming that you're dropping the same length of cloth or the same cloth. So it's really simple to use. All you have to do is literally pull a rope. And to set it up, if you know how to tie your shoes, you'll be able to set up the system. The system is very silent, so no large buzzing or clicking sounds. It is also really dependable as long as you set it up right. With electronic systems, even if you set it up right, things can go wrong because of the electronics. With the manual system, virtually nothing can go wrong, but I've also designed a built-in fail-safe. Now in an electronic system, if something goes wrong and you can't trigger the cloth drop, there's no way to bring down the cloth. You can't manually pull down the cloth. And that's really bad if you're doing a show or a corporate event. Everything stops there, nothing can move forward. With my system, I've designed it such that in the event, for whatever reason, the cloth can't be activated and can't be triggered to drop, you can still manually pull down the cloth. So while it isn't perfect, it is a solution and your show or event can go on. There are some limitations to the system. Now, while the system is very easy to set up and use, you need to learn how to do this. So there's a learning curve. You can't just grab the system and use it out of the box. It's something you have to kind of read the instructions and figure out to set up. It is not difficult, but it's also not completely intuitive, especially if you've been used to using electronic systems. But once you understand the concept and how it should be set up, then it's extremely logical and you have no problem setting it up. So it's easy to set up, easy to use, but there is a learning curve. You can't just open it out from the box and use it immediately. This is a manual cloth drop system, which means that you physically need someone by the side of the stage, whether it's in the side wings or behind a leg drop or just out of sight, to physically pull the pull cord in order to activate the cloth drop. So if you require this cloth drop to be activated from a great distance, let's say from the control at the back of the house, then this system may not be that ideal for you. This is a manual system that requires someone to manually and physically pull the pull cord. Now, if you have a large stage production or a concert where you want to drop multiple single cloths at the same time, for example, you have 9-foot wide cloths to drop to reveal 3 members of a band at different positions of the stage, then this system may not have the precision you require if you need it at the exact split second. Maybe you have pyrotechnics or effects, or you just have some kind of visual effect that you're going for that you need to have them drop all at the same time. Now the reason is this: if you have 3 different cloth drops on 3 different parts of the stage, you need 3 different systems triggered by 3 different people. So there's that element of human error, because the people who are pulling the pull cord will be going off some kind of cue, whether it's an audio cue or visual cue. So if you need that precision, this might not be ideal for you. However, if all the cloths are on a single fly bar or horizontal support system, so basically the people you're going to review are on the same line on stage, you could then set up 3 different systems with 1 manual pull cord, and 1 person can activate this, and in this case the cloths will all drop in sync. However, if the cloths you want to drop are at all different parts of the stage, then you're relying on 3 different people. If you can get away with half a second of the cloth drops being out of sync, then it's still perfectly fine. But if you want everything to go off at exactly the same time, then the system will have some kind of margin of error. So the Pro Magic Kabuki Drop system was designed to meet specific needs, requirements, and budgets. I've sold the system across the world to corporate event producers, theaters, churches, and performers. So if it suits your needs based on what you've heard, this system may be perfect for you. However, if you're running a huge concert in an arena and you have 200 lights, confetti launchers, pyrotechnics, smoke machines all hooked up on the same DMX board, then I don't think this system will be suited for you. You might as well get a good electronic Kabuki Drop system that you can patch on the same system so that you can trigger it from the control board. No, we do not provide the horizontal support. As mentioned, you would mount the Pro Magic Kabuki Drop system on any kind of support structure, such as a lighting truss, which you can get from audio-visual lighting companies, or you mount it on a theater lighting or flybar. No, we do not provide the kabuki cloth or curtain that you want to drop. There are several reasons for this. One, there's so many possible specifications of a cloth that a client may want. Secondly, cloth is really heavy, so if we were to ship it, your overall costs are going to go up. Thirdly, the system was designed so that you can supply your own cloth and you can change it anytime you like. Because all you need to do is to sew a length of 1 inch Velcro on the top back of your cloth, and we provide this Velcro. You can then attach the cloth via the Velcro to our system, and the system will work perfectly. There are currently 3 versions of the Pro Magic Kabuki Drop system. The first is the single drop system. A single drop means that the cloth is opened up on the stage from the start of the performance or the start of the event. And when you trigger the pull cord, the cloth will drop to the ground, revealing your set or product or whatever you want to review behind the cloth. The double drop system means the cloth starts off rolled up and hidden out of view, and it's basically rolled up at the top of the stage with the lighting truss or the fly bar. The first time you trigger the pull cord, the cloth will unroll to cover the set. The second time the pull cord is activated, the cloth will drop to the ground. This is often used to create a set change so that the cloth is first dropped and the set can be changed and then it's dropped again to review a new set. And this is really the original use of the Kabuki Drop system. You may also want to just have it for a theatrical effect or to create some kind of magical effect by dropping the cloth, making something appear and then dropping it to the ground. The final system is the all-round system. And this is in a case usually used to review maybe an installation, a product, or anything where you want a 360-degree covered curtain. So this curtain can be square or rectangular in shape, and it encircles and covers a particular set. So again, you would need generally a goalpost truss system that you set up, or some kind of box structure with a horizontal support, and you would mount the system on this horizontal support, and a cloth will be dropped around this entire system. And this is again used to generally review some kind of set within an enclosure. It could be an exhibit, it could be a product launch in a boutique where customers are surrounding the exhibit. So the all-round system, again, it's a manual system, but once it's triggered, all sides of the cloth will drop at the same time. And these aren't for individual cloths, but it's basically a giant ring of cloth. We have standard popular lengths available for the single and double drop system, and you can order this directly from the website through the drop-down menu. However, we can also make any custom length. So if you have a custom length, you can just drop us an email at info@illusionbookstore.com. For the all-round curtain system, it's always a custom system or custom length. So you will need to contact us once again for us to determine the length, because we'll actually calculate the length based on your structure and your needs. For standard orders, we require 10 working days to fabricate the system and takes another 9 to 14 days to get to you depending where you are in the world. And this is shipped by regular airmail with a tracking number. But if you need an expedited order, we can do that as well. And we can do this within maybe 4 to 5 days depending on our schedule. And if we do take on a rush job, that's an additional 20% of the retail price. And we can also ship by FedEx if you need expedited shipping to meet a deadline, and this can be done overnight. So the fastest we've ever rushed out an order is 4 working days from the time of receiving the order and payment to actually delivering and having the customer receive the order. If you'd like to learn more about Kabuki Drops in general, check out this one-stop resource, magickabukidrop.com. There are tons of free articles and information on Kabuki Drops, such as the history of the Kabuki Drop, the evolution of the Kabuki Drop, basic components of the Kabuki Drop, manual and electronic systems, the double Kabuki Drop, ideas for Kabuki Drops, and whether you should buy, build, or rent a Kabuki Drop system for your event or for your show. The entire resource is also available in a convenient ebook format at a nominal price. If you're interested in DIY Kabuki Drops, that's do it yourself, you can request for a free Kabuki Drop plan. And you can learn how to build a Kabuki Drop for less than $50. And you can request for this free plan at magickabukidrop.com. I've also written a book with a collection of original Kabuki Drop designs. These are also do-it-yourself designs. In fact, the book has an ingenious title called DIY Kabuki Drops. In this book, I detail many different designs that you can build yourself, and all the materials and components can be bought from any good hardware store. But take note, the Pro Magic Kabuki Drop system is not explained in this book. I hope I addressed all the questions that you might have regarding the Pro Magic Kabuki Drop system. But if you have any more questions, please do drop an email at info@illusionbookstore.com. My name is JC Sum, and I'll see you soon.